Welcome back everyone to the second day's play of Sri Lanka taking on the West Indies here at Colombo Park Oval. And it's after an eventful opening day. Sri Lanka were 9 for 294 at stumps on day one. Warrican's going to open the bowling here on day two after taking 4 wickets on the opening day. He'll be looking for a 5-for as the West Indies look to get Sri Lanka out pretty quick smart. They're currently on 305 at the moment after being sent in by the West Indies, who did of course win the toss and elected to bowl. And it's now a question for them as to how much they want it. I'll get it here. That's not really a question anymore. They've got the wicket. As Sri Lanka now all out for 310. The final wicket was taken by Jason Holder, who ended with a couple, Cornwall with 2 as well. As Warrican, the pick of the bowlers, with 4 for 84. Hetmyer Roach, the man to take the other wicket. And now an opportunity for the West Indies. They've finally got Sri Lanka out. It took them maybe a session longer than they probably wanted it to, as Craig Braithwaite will be making his way to the middle. Kumara is going to open the bowling for the West India, for the Sri Lankans, sorry, as they trail by 310. Well, they lead by 310. I don't know which way I'm going with this one. First ball's a dot. And it's poorly fielded. See, that's the difference. The West Indies fielded very well in their effort out in the field. They were very good. They weren't allowing too many opportunities to go down. They were taking all of their catches. They probably still had a few misfields like that one you saw there, but they did field very well in that opening innings of being in the field, and now they've got an opportunity with the bat where, you know, hopefully for them today is one of the better days to bat on. They really want to make sure that they're getting some early runs on the board. There's an opportunity for a catch with an inside edge onto pad, and it just doesn't quite carry through to the first slipper. Well, that's better. Much more meat of the bat on that one. Will it get to the boundary? It's closing. It's slowly rolling. It's 4. Yes. And this has maybe been a little bit more of an aggressive start from the West Indies compared to the Sri Lankans. They're, what, 31 for none, 33 for none, 34 for none, actually. Now 48 for none. Jeez, I'm just not getting any of the numbers right. As Braithwaite goes over the offside, and after 10 overs, brings up the 50 partnership for the West Indies. So they're going at over 5 and over. We saw the Sri Lankans going at about 3.7, 3.5 through their first innings. But the West Indies, they've started with a bang. And they've got this opening partnership up to 69. Inside edge, and what a take! Superb behind the stumps. Finally, the Sri Lankans get their first. West Indies 1 for 69. Have a look at this catch by the keeper, diving all the way to his right at full stretch. Superb from Dick Weller. And the Sri Lankans have wicket number 1. John Campbell out for 28. 69 for 1, the West Indies. Now it's Shea Hope joining Craig Braithwaite out there. He's in pretty good form, Shea Hope, in the real world. Batting quite well. One of their up-and-coming youngsters, who's looking like he's got a really bright future in Test match cricket. As they are turning and coming back for 3. Oh, there's been a bit of a mix-up between the batsmen, and it's rolled onto the stumps, and this will be a run-out. So the West Indies lose 2 wickets in the space of just 6 runs. Look at this direct hit from massive area in the deep. They shouldn't have taken the 3 on. There was a mix-up. Even if they just ran for it, they would have got it. But Shea Hope out for 4. And that is going to be costly. We saw a run-out in the Sri Lankan innings as well, early stages, which... was it the first wicket? Or maybe it was the 4th, as there's a big shout here again, and another wicket taken. So the Sri Lankans have 3. And I guess this is actually quite similar to what we saw in the West Indies innings, where very difficult for the new batsman to come in and score runs. It's It's now Hetmyer to the middle. They've lost 3 very quickly. What's 3 for 21 they've lost. And it just balances the game out a little bit. We saw the Sri Lankans lose 5 for about 30 in the second session of play yesterday. Gee, there's another opportunity that no one under the hood for. And another one going down. That one maybe was a genuine chance. So, end of the opening session of play. Again, a pretty eventful one. The Sri Lankans all out, and then we saw the West Indies put on 97 runs and losing 3 wickets in the process after a 69-run opening stand. Braithwaite and Shimron Hetmyer, the 2 guys out in the middle still. And they will really look to put on a bit of a partnership here. Obviously, that's what everyone out in the crease wants to do, is put on a partnership, but they're still trailing by further 212 runs. So they'll just want to be, I guess, batting time out in the middle. They won't really be worrying too much about the run rate you wouldn't expect, given there is so much time left in the match. And with that too, Braithwaite did pick up his half-century from 79 deliveries. And they're just trucking along at the moment, picking up a couple of runs here and there as they come back for 3. Oh, that's very tight. Due to the direct hit. Is it out? Oh, it actually is. This, look, on initial thoughts, it looked not out, but in the end, it looks like it's going to be a wicket. So Craig Braithwaite is going to have to go. Oh, wow. He's out for 50. 112 for 4, the West Indies. So he was their in-form batsman out in the middle. That's the second run out we've seen. Oh, is there going to be another one? Oh, jeez. They're cutting it fine at the moment, the West Indies. Really got to work out there running between the wickets. We already saw Afghanistan in Group B have a absolute stinker of an innings in terms of run-outs. They had about 4 or 5 in one of their innings, maybe about 6 or 7 across the match. It's just really poor running between the wickets from them, and the West Indies would be hoping to not repeat that. As Hetmyer gets this away on the onside. Hooking it beautifully for 4. This really was a quality shot, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Oh, even that nice. Should be a couple more. Difficult to see. Oh, there's a 3rd run. Geez, bowler's end would have been very much another run-out opportunity. They're running between wickets. Hasn't been that great, even between these two, but it's enough for Hetmyer to pick up 50. Just 5 boundaries in that half-century as well, so their run rate has slowed down as well. It's still above 4, and that's still going to be worth 4 runs. They have just dipped a little bit in the run rate department. And he's bang. Got that pretty high on the bat as well. But does show the aggressive nature that they are wanting to do. Even that, you should really be leaving that through to the keeper, let's be honest. Chase anyway picks up 3 more runs for his troubles. Oh, and that's fine. Mighty fine down the leg side, 4 more runs. This lead of the Sri Lankans is starting to go down a little bit. It's now below 130. 127 as Hetmyer sends it down the ground. 1 bounce into the sight screen for 4. That might be the best shot we've seen all match. Maybe just caught the toe end of the bat. It was still very nice. Now he goes behind square on the offside. Actually gets it really fine over the head of the slips. Does nicely there as we see a little bit of an outside edge. And the Sri Lankans get that breakthrough wicket. Just look at that. Just movement away enough. The keeper getting across to take the catch. Roston Chase departs. Lakmal, I think, has a couple of wickets. As Dowrich now out into the middle to join Hetmyer. West Indies go over 200. And they'll be looking to decrease this Sri Lankan lead once more. There's another quality boundary, just cut away nicely. Lead of the Sri Lankans still over 100 right now, 103 runs. And Baldenia with the ball. Oh, nice leave. It was dangerous, but it was a good leave. Anyway, that's the end of the second session of play. A few less wickets involved in that one, as the West Indies lost 2 wickets. They're able to pile on about 80 or 90 odd runs, and they're currently 207 for 5, which sets up an interesting final session of play. We saw yesterday the Sri Lankans able to take advantage of the tired West Indians in the field. Oh, there's a run out. There is an absolute shocker of a run out. Goodness me, and it's going to be the end of Dowrich. He's out for 4. But we did see the Sri Lankans actually bat quite well in that evening session yesterday. But now maybe an opportunity for them to bowl well and go in with a first innings lead. If they do well enough. Oh, what a catch! Hetmyer's going to go. That was absolutely superb. Have a look at this. He's gone to sweep it. The man at leg slip just stuck the arm out, and it has stuck in the mitts. Hetmyer disappointed, out for 73. The West Indies now 7 down for 212. Wowee. That is a momentum swinging catch. And we spoke about the West Indies fielding being good. The Sri Lankans, gee, they've been quite good in the field as well. Couple of run-outs and some good takes. There's another one. Cornwall out for 4. The Sri Lankans on top. That just a good bit of turn again. Good fielding position. Karunaratne with a nice catch. Good sharp reflexes. The West Indies 220 for 8. Oh, cut nicely by Roach. So he and Holder will have a bit of a job to do in the lower order. Oh, nicely through mid-wicket as well. Should be a couple more runs. They'll have to work out their running between the wickets though. Can't afford another run out, the West Indies. And that will bring up the 250. Not for these two, but for the team total. And it'll be enough to get that lead underneath 60. And now I've got the hiccups, everyone. So I'm going to struggle to finish this video as Jason Holder gets it away for 4 more runs. Oh God, this is the worst. Absolute the worst. Oh, that's nice. Cut away for 4. I can't. Alright, let me pause it and actually finish this properly. As we see another boundary hit. Oh no, it's not. It's not going to get to the boundary, but the lead now is below 50. Nah, screw it. I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to finish this video. Then we'll sort out my hiccup problem. As we see another run out. Possibly. Gee, awfully close this one. I can't really tell. His bat's probably on the line. And that's what the third umpire decides as well. So the West Indies 9 for 264. And Baldenia gets another run out for the Sri Lankans. Oh gee, there was almost another one there. But what an evenly poised game as we head towards the finish here on day 2. The West Indies 9 down, trailing by 33. The Sri Lankans with still an opportunity to take a first innings lead. If they get that last wicket, there's an edge. It's 4. So they can't quite get it there. Lead 28 for the Sri Lankans. Big shout. And given. So the Sri Lankans will have a first innings lead as we see this one reviewed. And absolutely plumb. So a really good decision by the umpire. Sri Lankans get that final wicket through an LBW. The West Indies all out for 282 As we saw 1, 2, 3, 4 run-outs. Goodness gracious me. And now the Sri Lankans will have to bat, I think, 2 or 3 overs tonight. It's a very dangerous little moment for them. They lead by 28. Don't want to lose an early wicket. As Karunaratne hits that one through point. Should be a couple. They'll pick up 3. So they were batting this morning, the Sri Lankans. They're now batting again this evening. Obviously, from the first to the third innings. There's an inside edge. And they do lose an early wicket. So it was Jason Holder who got it. The big breakthrough early. Promising start from the West Indies. Can they get another one before stumps? Final ball of the day's play. And it's going to be a dot. So Sri Lanka at stumps will be 8 for 1 on day 2. 1 wicket fell in that little dangerous 3-over period. It was Karunaratne. So Fernando and Mendes out there in the middle. When we resume on day 3, it's Sri Lanka leading by 36 runs.